I have family here. I have friends here. I know this island very, very good. This is the center of the electronic music. So I think it's good for me because I can hear, I can play here whatever I want. It's easy for me in my mind, or I don't know, I can't explain you.
It's really good to play here, and a lot of people will know who you are. I left my job and now I'm here, and I hope that this thing can improve, that I can be successful as a DJ.
Hello and welcome to the Bern Residency Show 2015. 20 participants of the Bern Bootcamp are in Ibiza right now. Only 3 of them will receive a residency throughout the summer here, playing in some of the best hotspots on the island. And only 1 winner will receive 100,000 euros invested in their career.
These usually come once in a lifetime, so I'm definitely taking it seriously, as it's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
This is called Bern Residency. So this leads to winning a residency in one of the many important clubs on the island. This is not just a dream.
I'm really happy to work all these years and have all those experience in my musical career to have a chance to be here now.
This is my basic thing for life. This is essential for me.
All of our contestants have experience, some a little bit more, some a little bit less, but they all have kind of a career back home. They play regularly, they are maybe locally known and recognized, but coming here is a total different level. This is the hub for a worldwide career. That's what makes a difference in the end as well. My name is Philipp Straub, I'm your head mentor. A bootcamp consists of a quite tough schedule, but giving you a little time, of course, to enjoy the moments as well. But we're going to have daily masterclasses, lectures, and competitions.
This is something I've been preparing for a couple of years.
I'm that kind of people that believe in astrology, and I've looked on my astrology for this year, and they said this year is going to be the most important year of your life. Your life is going to change.
Never forget that this is like really a serious chance being given to you from Bern, and we are trying to develop artists on a really sustainable international level.
This is the only one global DJ competition, and we don't know even other.
The imagination of being a musician professionally, traveling around the globe, meeting people, giving concerts, making autographs, earning a lot of money, is very attractive. The most difficult thing is that you need to stand out of the mass of people who are trying to live the same dream. This is the chance where we try to bring talents in and give them the chance to stand out. Only very few really realize to live their dream.
It's crazy, but once you get a sense of reality and you drop on the island, wow, things are mind-blowing. It's just a paradise.
Ibiza was a hideout for hippies in the 60s, and there were no rules, there was no law. It was very raw and wild, and people came here and celebrated quite often, and so the first clubs opened.
Many years ago, there used to be a magazine called Disco International, which highlighted club installations. Now, club installations on this island was by far the best club installations you had anywhere.
Every club has a really, really good music, and well, that's why the people came at the time. They want to know what happened with this style of music, and actually we support and we push this style, you know. And actually it's what Ibiza is today.
Surely the island have a strength, a magical strength that attract all these people. Something make that the people come in here to celebrate. Celebrate life, celebrate dance music, celebrate whatever.
I feel like back home in Denmark, I've gotten to a place where I'm stuck in between. I've learned what I can, and I don't know how to get further. So this is a great chance for me to both learn something from different DJs from different countries, as well as this can be like a stepping stone to something greater.
If I look at what I want to achieve out of this or get out of it is to learn more about production. This is something that I'm very intrigued about and which is, I think, the next stage for me.
I'm really happy to have Flamingo as our partner. As a little gift, they offered us that everyone can choose a vinyl record. So there are like a bunch of vinyls. So I would say just choose one, but just take one and not a package.
You know, we have big respect for the vinyl. It's a long time that I see all these wars happening from the vinyls to now. So it's like, they're just pulling apart.
I don't want to say that anybody can be a DJ, because that's not true. But anybody can learn how to beat match on today's equipment. Vinyl is something different.
Choosing the vinyl leads up to a vinyl competition. We have and had to pair you in groups or in pairs of 2 people playing a back-to-back set for me alone.
Should we get our vinyls?
Please do so. Cool. Of course, you will need them. I want to not give them the chance to play on their normal setup, but use something that they might not be used to so much, as well as I want to see how they act.
I was so upset because it was my first time when I did it.
You were amazing, absolutely. She was amazing. Yeah.
The thing that drives me the most into this thing is the way that you get to communicate with the crowd, you know, just lacking words. You just play music and they react to it. And my biggest joy is when I manage to squeeze a crazy song or a more underground stuff into my set and people get a natural reaction to it. I'm feeling that I'm also somehow educating the crowd, no?
It's very difficult to play when professional mentors and professional DJs control you.
Familiar or listen to the vinyl for a minute? First of all, I think when being a DJ, one of the major rules is that you have to be ready at every fucking time.
I spend a lot of time to follow the correct way.
Then work on yourself, please, and impress me. And the same counts for you, I must say. Jason, generally I have a really positive impression about you, but I expected way more, buddy.
I'm always going to be trying this. I'm always going to be doing my best to make it happen, whether it takes 10 years or whether it takes 50 years. You know, whatever it may be, because I love it so much that whether I'm making it or not, I'm still happy doing it.
One winning prize, and this is a set playing at Ibiza Sonica on July 8th. And I decided that this should go to Simon and Samantha because you had the less experience and you were supporting Samantha in the best possible way.
Yeah, I swear it was my first time.
This is like an international radio, so everybody who is into music industry knows this radio.
Hi, Samantha. Hello. Welcome.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you, man.
Hello, welcome. How are you? All good?
All good, of course.
I was living the same dream that these guys right now having the contest they had. I was loving the music. I was selecting music even in my house for my family, or I was working in the radio. And I just realized that Ibiza should be the best place to develop my career. Okay, guys, good luck. Enjoy your show, okay? Welcome to Ibiza Sonica. Come on, go.
Right now we got Samantha from Lithuania in the mix, together with Simon Matson from Poland. Hello, Simon. Have you with us in the studio as well? Hey. In some minutes' time.
It's really great to actually hear one of ours on the speakers playing live from the studio. I think it's a good exposure, you know, good networking, because they actually met the guys there and had the chance to chit-chat with them.
It was my first time when I played at Global Radio. I enjoy the view in front of me because there is a huge window and the view is very beautiful with mountains.
Don't have a concrete number on how many people listen to each individual show, but it's many million. It's definitely a worldwide famous brand for electronic music for Ibiza.
The real DJ life in Ibiza, for most people, is going from gig to gig, day after day, all day, 8-hour sets, playing for no money, just to get to a further place, and it's really hard work. Hello, everybody. How are you? You okay?
Yusuf has, he covers a lot of activities within this industry. The funny thing is that he has a similarity to you guys because his career started with the competition himself that he won back in the days.
I won a DJ competition years ago, a long time ago, for Music magazine. And it was 2,000 cassettes, which got me one gig in the Ministry of Sound in London. And it opened up a door for me and it gave me some connections to the industry, gave me gigs in Ibiza. But again, it was just a very beginning, and it gave me an understanding and an insight into the longer, never-ending road.
The industry started really small. It was just a bunch of people who had the same desire and passion for this very new music, electronic music back in the days.
Some of the early DJs, DJ Pippi, DJ Alfredo, Jose Padilla, DJ Caesar, these guys really made the sound of Ibiza when I first came here.
I discovered Ibiza in the end of the 70s. But actually, I came to Ibiza for my work to start in 1984. We tried to get our own identity of sound.
I came in here like an immigrant, to tell you the truth. I never knew what I would do. For me, it was a miracle to discover that just pushing up one of these bottoms, you will have the possibility to make one record after the other one.
Paulo Cufol came over here in 86, 87. Alfredo was king of Ibiza, king of the Mediterranean. He's #1 DJ. And what made him so great that he had the ability to play all types of music to all types of crowd. And all we did as English DJs or international DJs was come in and complement their sound and their music in each and every one of those clubs.
And all this hype I got make the owner of Pasha coming to see me in London and offer me the work in Pasha for a lot of money and a lot of freedom to do whatever I wanted to do there.
Playing at Pasha with Alfredo was like walking through a door. So here I am, young guy, first time playing in Pasha. Alfredo knows my ability to play house music. You have all the old VIPs there, all the Pasha dancers, everybody. And here I am with my music. I'm like, oh, I'm like the young Javi Rowe, you know, black. And I'll never forget that moment, ever, based on what he allowed me to do within his own structure.
After I played everywhere, in Ibiza, in Space, in the Terrace, a couple of times in DC-10. And then I started to play in 95, I think, 95, in Manumission, in Privilege. And I worked for them for 10 years.
You know, I would like the people on the industry realize that I'm here.
I always find that the most important currency is playing music that you love, and it will resonate in your whole body when you're playing it, when you're touching the mixer, when you're looking at the crowd, when you're dancing in the booth. If you're playing music that you don't like, you're going to be still and you're going to be lifeless.
We are trying to give them as much knowledge and understanding for this in order for being able to develop as good as possible on an individual base.
The Bern Residency makes a really big shortcut to the first league of the DJs and the first league of music industry. So I guess this is a new beginning.
I think Philippe was going to ask me to mention about the remix competition, which I'm gonna set up. It's one of my records, and it's called Pleasure Defined. Now, this is one of my favourite songs I've ever made. I'm really, really proud of it. So be careful.
The DJ business is, there are like, once you cross the line and you get famous, or well, semi-famous, you can make a living. But until you get there, you really have to work in the days, and you don't have time to like put the focus on the music, which is what you need to get past the line.
If you look back to the last editions, you'll notice that whoever wins the remix challenge has the better chance to remain on the island and get a residency. I was really, really happy that we have to remix a Youssef track, which I'm a fan of.
Our very fresh contestant will have a chance to very fast be part of this international successful label. So this is something most people work for many, many years. It took me 10 years to get a release on the Carl Cox label, even though Carl is a very big friend. 10 years.
Burn Residency last year changed my life during the boot camp. It was great to just come here to this island, never been here before. So that was kind of eye-opening, and I cannot believe this is happening to me moment. And then this gig at Enter, like Enter is a big brand, and it's not like Richie's doing everything himself. Of course, he's hardworking, but he's got a full team behind him, and so being involved with them, I'm super happy about that. So hopefully it will come more, I don't know. I will just show you some tricks that I learned myself. Basically, it's just to show what Ableton can do.
We don't have often these occasions, somebody to tell us how I do that, how I put the volume, the attack, everything.
It's strange now, like 1 year later, it was me who was standing there playing, having like a master class on Ableton. It's just strange that the positions changed just in 1 year.
It's promising when you see someone who was in the exact same position, and now it's like he seems like, yeah, that's my career. I'm just, on Ibiza. It already became like normal for him.
Before last summer, I was just like a basic bedroom DJ, and nobody knew me. I didn't even play in my hometown. I mean, I know I was skilled, but I didn't play out a lot.
Everyone is like developing nicely on the remix?
Yes, always something new to learn. Inspiration.
It's gonna be hard because a lot of guys seem like they really know what they're doing. I already started. I think it's going good. I just need to find maybe a tougher beat, but it's gonna be great. I'm really excited about it.
It's good. Is there any problem if because I put down one tone?
Okay.
On the vocal. So is there any issue with that?
No, like I say, just so you all understand, there's no issue in doing whatever you want, as long as you're into the particular finish.
What are you going to listen on? Because we are doing them on our headphones, and
don't worry too much about the kind of finish on the mixdown. Just get the rough kind of idea, because even if whoever gets chosen as a winner, chances are I'm probably going to ask you to send me the stems anyway, and then I get it professionally mixed.
I think we listen to hundreds of tracks every week, so it's quite easy to see if someone delivered the message or not.
Obviously, the first thing to be an amazing DJ, an amazing music selector, you need to have you need to be good technical with mixing. Then obviously you need to go in the studio, you need to learn the craft of production, no matter if it is on software or on hardware. You just choose your way and be as good as possible.
We can agree that this year we have 20 people, 20 DJs from other countries, and only 2 of them doesn't produce.
Hi guys, welcome. Hey buddy, how are you? Yeah, wonderful.
I'm a little bit nervous, of course, because this is the most important challenge of the whole Burn Residency, I think.
Who is first? Akar, Sweden. Oh, very critical one.
Please say.
What do you? Is this a 7 or 1?
This is a 7.
Cool. Okay.
There were some remixes that were so different to the others, and some that were very, very, very well made.
I was expecting less than we were listening now. It's like, okay, they are starting and they're doing its own thing for the first time, and let's see what happens. And I'm really impressed, you know, it's like, wow.
We had some intense discussions, actually, because we were not always the same opinion about the individual result. And in the end, there were two guys standing out a lot.
Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow? Yeah, but I hope that I will DJ for all of my life and produce music, of course, to do both.
So it's your challenge. You're giving the prize, so you have the honor and pleasure to announce.
For various reasons, mainly because we felt this one had a lot of personality. Musically, it was very current, and it made us both move and would play it. So the winner is Curtis.
Oh.
I'm actually still in shock. Like my heart is pounding, my hands are shaking, and it's just I'm like I cannot like even take it in at this point. That's how amazing it is.
Curtis's version will be released on Circus Recordings in an official format, but we'd like to give a second mention because it was a very close call. That is Banjo from Bosnia.
Banjo.
My time is coming. It's not even today, it's gonna be tomorrow or the next day or the next day, but I know that it's coming, I believe in it.
You have to get a big knowledge of music. You have to be a connoisseur of music, very deeply. Not only what is in Beatport or in the internet. You have to know music from your heart, from your soul. It's an artistic thing.
When you're making electronic music, you've really got to be paying attention to the quality at every step. You have to listen to different things. You need a reference point. Most people can know the difference between good and bad, but to achieve it, technically, is it takes a bit of dedication, and you've got to really look into it or take advice from the right people.
Even I cannot say that it's always happy. You have your up and downs, and being an artist is not an easy thing.
Music is a little bit dangerous to talk about because it's an interpretation and everybody has different feelings, but sound is quite fundamental. When you forget yourself and you just disappear into the sound, and in the end, you don't know the difference between what's inside your mind and what's outside, then that's a really interesting place.
It was one of the most deep and interesting lecture that we had. Tony was, I've noticed, is a really passionate man about his work. The way Tony talked about the sound was like he was talking about his big love.
I got my message about 21 years old, and I was in my workshop, I was building things, I was listening, I was trying to get to producing high-level sound, but as clean as possible.
The chance to meet, famous people who've made it happen is amazing because it gives you a more personal feel about, they're human beings too. They just probably started the same way you did.
I always think you should just don't do anything that you don't love. And certainly as a DJ, don't play records you don't like, because it will eat away at you. It really will. It'll kind of start taking bits of you, and before you know it, you'll have nothing left in your heart.
Yay!
As you know, I'm Carl Cox, and I'm very happy to be here. This is my second year of being a mentor for you guys.
I don't know how old is he? He's probably like 50.
and he's still going on strong, and it seems like he's gonna do that for another 50 years. So we know that's impossible, but it seems like that's his goal.
He's only the best DJ in the world, and for me, the king of DJing. And on top of that, he's such a humble and a really good person, not just a DJ, but also a good person, which I think is a lot to do with why he's still on top.
When I came here first, I was a very young guy, not much money. I wanted to experience the ideals of what it was like to be partying in the Mediterranean.
He told me that first night he came to Ibiza, he was sleeping on his car because he didn't have money even to afford an hotel.
I never DJ'd here until, I would say, 1990, 91. The first club that I DJ'd in was in San Antonio in a club called Chaos. Now it's called Eden. So that club, Eden, was the very first club that I played. I've always been out in nightclubs in England. I finish at 2, you walk out of the club, it's freezing, can't get a taxi home, too many miserable people. It was like, oh, Jesus, and the music was horrible, and the club was okay. But here, you walk outside, you got a warmth on your skin. Someone can get yourself home wherever you need to be, or you go to an after party somewhere. You see the sunrise somewhere. For me, it was brilliant to experience all these things here in Ibiza. All takes time. You know, sometimes you can hit upon something which works really well straight away, or it might not be for now, but it may be for 6 months or a year's time, where people catch up with something else that's going on out there. And with that, it was nothing to do with luck. It had everything to do with timing, everything to do with opportunity, everything to do with when that door opened, I went through it.
They just need to realize the opportunity they're having right now, and they just need to take it. Yes, actually winning the Burn Residency 2014 contest changed all my life. Now I am traveling I was in America, then in Milan, from Milan straight to Gran Canaria, back and playing Gran Canaria, now here in Ibiza, so it's really busy. I've played with such legends like, I don't know, Carl Cox, for example. I played in Monegros last year. Then I also have played with Jamie Jones, Puka Shade, many artists.
Javi was officially booked for playing the Terrace, opening the Terrace.
Even though he's not in the main room at Space, it's still a really important part of Space history to be playing on the Sunset Terrace.
That was the biggest experience for me so far. I even told a friend of mine, like, hey, this is the best club we've been so far on the island. And he was like, yeah, because this is the best club on the planet.
Every time when I play, I always have an element of butterflies, nervousness. I don't show it, but it's in there. Because the expectations for me is really high. What's Carl going to do now? And I have to really make my statement directly.
This island, I think it's kind of made so many artists, you know. If you're successful on this island, you're actually successful all around the world. Sooner or later, you know, the voice is gonna just go around and they will realize that you're an amazing DJ.
To keep the pressure alive, we of course have a challenge ahead today, and that's the collaborational challenge. We give you roughly an hour time with a flip chart to build a running order for every one of you to play one set without any interruption, to deliver a complete set as a group for the time of, I don't know, an hour and a half or 2 hours.
If anybody has an idea, I was just saying, let's put 4 names here, 4 names here, you know? Who is more emotional? Who is more slow?
Everybody had yeah, maybe we should do this and maybe we should do that. It was a complete chaos.
Let me stand there. Okay, no.
Opinion leaders, the dominant persons, try to conquer the situation and lead the group. They nearly started to argue and they were discussing and debating. And I love to see that because that showed the emotion.
We all want to win, right?
If you want to be in this business,
is the most important cooperation. I think all of them, the big names, they are all friends.
If you think about the old guard, you know, me, Eric Murillo, Roger Sanchez, Sven Vath, Laurent Garnier, we're still working really hard. I mean, if you took us all away, you know, Green Velvet and Jeff Mills and Dave Clark, and there'd be room for more DJs to come in. Years ago, I told people I'm a DJ, and they go, well, that's not a proper job. Well, it is now.
There are many careers that he influenced a lot and which he influences until today. And I'm sure he will not stop for a long time.
Carl released an EP on his label, and the name was Played Back, and it was 2001, I think. And yeah, that was a good push and good step for me. This is paradise. I would not go home anymore.
Stay here. We welcome you.
You can play with us, back to back with me. Well, you hear the sound. That means competition starts. Go ahead, guys. Be ready, be ready. Pressure, pressure. And Marco will stay here and will judge on your work as well.
The DJ world and the whole music world is a very competitive world. So there is a huge fight every day on who is making progress and who is not.
Oh, congratulations, but to be honest with you, this is just the start, so don't worry, you know, because still a lot to prove. And we have chosen Gregory S. as first. Then Samantha, you know, also think on the girls, you know, that's nice. Curtis Chrome and Poppy Divine, both on the third place. Tom Buck, very good performance, man, good mix, really. And yeah, Vanio, number 5, Vagnano.
Okay. I think it needs a lot of desire and effort in order for being the right character to approach with your goals in this industry.
I was a little disappointed about me, about that challenge. This thing that happened changed me. It also, after I told you, 10 minutes I was like super down, but then I gathered myself and I said, stop being so stressed. I guess I didn't succeed so far, but I'm gonna do my best.
They make mistakes on their performances, and I respect if someone takes the risk in order to stand out, but if he messes it up, he at least tried to do it. Some people don't want to take the risk, they just go on the safe path in order to just survive, but they will never stand out.
They need to do a lot of sacrifice, a lot of dedication, try to make your own music in the studio, and overthink and check loads of music, and to be honest with you, every single day till very late in the night, busy with it, all the time busy with it, focus.
And even if they didn't get through the second phase, it's definitely a start. They've met me, they've met Carl Cox, they've met Una, they've met Umek, they've met loads of promoters, they've gone to all the clubs. They've opened a couple of doors already.
I'm always a positive person, so I really hope that I will stay on the island. And I don't want to think of not going home.
I had some internal discussions with my mentor colleagues, and we mutually agreed on nearly all of them. There were only 3 candidates of which we were not sure of. This is Tom Buck, Poppy Divine, and Alex Serra. I asked you for a one-to-one conversation because quite soon we have a quite crucial moment, and we have to send some home. I'm still not very sure about everyone and which decision I should make together with the other mentors. Like now you have the format where you can convince me. You can see this is kind of a job interview. Yeah.
He wants to know me well, but because of a time, so short time, he can't.
Alex, the difficulty is that, in our opinion, you were not developing with the days here as good as we were hoping for. Like, it was more like dropping down. We sadly have to send you home. The remix, you know yourself, you tried something completely different. We think you're not ready.
When I played in Mexico, many of times there are not this equipment.
In your case, we thought that we cannot keep you this time. Sorry.
This is just a beginning for me, I feel, because now I have learned so much about this industry and I know what to do.
Thanks for being here. Voitlo, you know yourself that you maybe have a bit of a lack of experience.
I don't have as much experience in production as these guys have. A lot of them have a lot of experience being DJ for many years already. So I really was kind of behind the rest.
We hope that you keep fighting for your dream.
I know I can do better, but I was nervous and I was feeling, I was on pressure, but it was fun.
Wish I could stay longer to learn more, but that's life.
We had a huge time, I think, for most of us, time of our lives. And it just ended like this, you know.
As a whole, I'm extremely grateful to be here. I know that me believing in my dream is the right thing to do. Just being here, having met these incredible people, sharing this experience with amazing contestants, which I think will be lifelong friends today.
I don't know what was the reason, but you really didn't reveal the beast in you.
They're pushing us here to the limits, so this is quite all the time stressful.
I said to every one of them afterwards as well that I would wish that we have 3 months working with them, because every one of them has kind of a talent and advantages and skills which we could help them to develop even further.
For quite a while, I was very nervous. I was like, I'm going home. I really didn't want to go home. I feel like I still have something to show and something to learn.
I'm thinking a lot about what's going to happen, you know. That's it.
If we succeed to nurture these given talents within the remaining time, their responsibility is to bring in a fresh breath into the music industry.
And I love this road because on the left-hand side, you can see Amnesia and the flags of Amnesia, but the lights, when the lights went down, the Amnesia lights went on, and you can see that that was the place he was going to go on that night when those lights went on. And then to the right of us, you can see one of the biggest clubs in the world, Privilege.
The record for the largest club in the world definitely gives you a competitive advantage and sets you apart from the rest. Shows such as the outrageously extravagant Manumission, I think that one is known worldwide.
Well, Manumission parties for me was just phenomenal, because to have nearly 9,500 to 10,000 people every week on a Monday night.
It just seemed a natural thing to come here, which was almost like a natural birthplace for it, and so that's what we did.
With a lot of attractions at the same time. There was some people playing music in the toilets, for example. People dressed up, people playing with balls, toys. From my point of view, that I play basically in the main room, it was difficult to get the attention of all these people, because they got something to do every 10 meters.
I think actually one of the main things was that we were very different to everything else, and we were going about things in a different way. And I mean, Manumission meant freedom from slavery. That was the whole ethos of what we were doing.
But every time I played there, whether I was playing there or not, it was always busy and packed, based on the entertainment that they was offering and what you would see. Obviously, the sex show was the biggest thing that they offered. And when the sex show went on, and then no one cared about the DJ for like half an hour, they just wanted to see sex on stage.
eventually we stopped doing it. I think even they got bored of it, and it's, you know, and it just progressed in different ways.
It just shows you, in the end, if you put your mind to it creatively, you can see that something good can come out of it.
The pressure is on.
Wow, how's everybody? Everyone okay? Yeah. Today, we're going to have fun. The idea is just to basically show me what you can do, what you're going to play, what you like to play.
Tano first. Then Gregory said he's okay with being second. Then Poppy Divine said he's going to be third.
I'm okay with fourth.
You're going to be fourth.
Tano is the first guy. He's from Spain.
He decided to go first. I never want to go first. I want to go second or third. But if it's no good, I'm going to go check this out.
I didn't get any preparation of the set. I told to myself, okay, I'm gonna try to do it like they do, like the professionals do.
When it was my turn to play in front of Carl Cox, oh my God, it was the most difficult situation about all tasks.
It's a roller coaster of emotions. At the same time, you're really terrified. Your hands are shaking, your blood starts rushing.
So what is your impression?
Yeah, obviously everything's really very tight. You know, the competition this year, the quality is very, very high. There is a number one, and it's Gregory S. It was tight between all of you, really, really tight, so it was a very difficult decision, believe me.
I think it was one of the most craziest moments in my life.
We put Tanu in second place. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Nice groove, really good sound. You know, you looked up smiling, brilliant effort. Well done, Tanu. You know, I could almost see them play back-to-back at DC-10 or something for hours. Our third place decision was Simon Matu. There's going to be one, but in the end, I think they've all done really well to be where they are right now.
I'm very proud of myself. Believe me, I'm very, 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 very proud of myself. Yeah. Totally.
Hey, how are you? Okay.
How are you?
Excellent.
He's the master. And when I sat in front of him, I became much more relaxed.
Create your sound, what you like, you know? And it doesn't just have to be one sound, it can be anything. Just try anything.
You know, if you have self-confidence and you sit in front of one of your influences, of course you will feel respect, full respect, but his happiness and his smile was like settling us down.
This guy is really pushing it, you know, and it was really nice to see it, you know, because in any competition you want to raise your level of game. You want to basically, this guy or this girl is doing this, but I want to do that. So I would never be scared of doing that again. If you ask any of these people here in 36 years, will they still be doing what they're doing, I'm not sure if they're going to say yes, because I didn't know. But all I knew is that I had something that I was able to reach out to the people who are coming to hear the music, see me perform and enjoy what I had to share. That's what makes me who I am. I walk away and I go, okay, my purpose in life and to be on this planet is to do exactly what I've been doing for many years.
Welcome to the boat. Yeah. Welcome to the boat. So we're going to have a look around this part of Ibiza, and you guys are going to have a look around the decks for a while, and we're going to do like an open decks, and it's going to be back to 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 back, and everyone's going to play one record each and see how we get on. At some point, I think I'm going to jump on for a little while.
It's gonna be crazy because I think it's not a competition. We're gonna have fun. I think I'm gonna enjoy. I'm gonna enjoy a lot.
The thing is that I was never on a boat party before. This was my first boat party, and when the boat went on a sea, with our dancing on a boat, the boat was dancing with us, you know. You didn't even need it to dance. You just had to stop, and the boat was bouncing, you know, and with the music, of course, and the rhythms.
Everybody kind of kept it nice and safe and steady, and it was good. And you know, but nobody kind of jumped out the box and kind of really went for it. The person that I've connected with most, I mean, musically, like you know, as a friend and all that, I like Tanu, and I think he's a really good DJ. He's developing. I know he's been DJing for a long time, but not had much public experience. But you can see that everything that he does is really from the heart.
The most important thing that Burn Residency gave me is the network. The network from Philip, from being around Carl Cox and mentors, because Philip helps me getting my releases out on respectable labels, on well-known labels. I would never be able to do this on my own.
I didn't want the Burn Residency, actually. I didn't hardly want the Burn Residency. I was one of the finalists that stayed in the island. But I won the Remix Challenge, which opened me a big door because John Digwood is one of the pioneers of the electronic music. So I signed so many tracks on his label. By now I have, in August, is gonna be the 5th release on Bedrock.
Drama is back. It is, again, elimination time. The one who will stay with us, generally, will move with us to another Burn Residency villa tomorrow morning. Salta.
Hi there.
Hi. So what you did technically definitely pleased us all. But on the other hand, from the clear numbers given, like if I count together the competitions that we had, you were not outstanding on any of these, as you know yourself. So you have to pack your stuff, but sadly to go home.
It's cool.
Thanks for being here.
Actually, this time I didn't expect to go home, which was quite funny because the first elimination, I expected to go home. So this came quite as a shock because I just started to actually feel good down here, and actually, as Philip told me, I started to actually enjoy, but I guess it was too late.
Even though we all know that, and you have proved already that being like looking at your skills and your reliability as an artist, the problem here was not only that we could not see the development that we wanted, but if I put together all the sheets where we judged on your results so far, so you have to leave.
Yeah, it's Philip, and it's Burn Residency, so it is like that, you know. I don't need to be sad because this was a great experience for me.
If we would have had a dance, entertainment, or a singing competition, you would definitely win. But I think, and I told you, that sometimes you maybe have your passion a little bit not enough under control. That makes it not easy for us to keep you here. And sadly, the mission is here over.
Well, I don't want to give up. There's no, there's no reason, really. I've always been doing this, and I'm always going to do that. So I learned so much about the guys from the industry, and also learned a lot about myself. So I would definitely now, with this knowledge, I would definitely change something.
I need to realize I'm actually going home, because in the beginning I was like, okay, and now I'm starting to be like sadder and sadder, so I don't know. It's a shame. I feel like I still had something to learn and something to show the guys, and I still had a chance to actually improve myself, but I guess it's done.
After moving to the new house tomorrow, you have 3 auditions where you need to introduce yourself musically to 3 club owners who are part of our residency program.
Wow. This is like the nicest place on earth. Even the villa where we were before was very, very beautiful.
You look around, we're living like Frankie Wild around here. The pool heads, it's endless, and you get this beautiful view of the old city in the back, and everything like fits the whole image, you know. You actually get a taste of the superstar DJ life.
Regularly, DJs don't get a chance to really play in front of a promoter just to get to know them. Normally, that goes only over recommendations and promotions from others. We gave them the chance to play directly in front of the club owners of 3 of the most important clubs on the island. And of course, this, again, put a lot of pressure on them.
The main thing to reach the owner of the club is like to play the music that he likes.
I'm sure it's harder to play in the front of them, especially if you really, really want to be a resident here.
We got the chance to play music into a club, which is our natural environment, and that worked for me.
When I interviewed him, even though I had like my conclusion, I was seeing if anyone was saying anything different. And the funny thing is that the person who won it, in my opinion, Samantha, she was the only one who actually mentioned, because when I was saying, like, you know, how do you think you played? And I asked her, like, who her favourite DJs were, and she was, like, saying, like, you know, Carl Cox and Richie Hawtin and Magda and all that. And I said, yeah, but you didn't play that style when you was in the final. And she said, no, because I'd play more of a warm-up style. For me, that's intelligence.
It's easier to play when you have a crowd in front of you, and when you have to play in 4 mentors, it's really difficult.
We are going to have, first of all, the one-on-one talk. Then we are going to have our final event at Lips, together with Do Not Sleep. And just the winners will have the chance to move back.
I'm not a person who like to compare with the others, so I'm just doing my own thing. And of course, we are 6, so quite nervous.
Watching you over the last couple of days, I recognized that somehow it seems you have like 2 characters. One is when you are totally free of any doubts and troubles. This is when you stand behind the booth. But I think when you're not playing, you maybe intend to think too much.
My biggest weakness is lack of confidence while playing. But what I noticed is that whenever I play the music that I truly love and I truly find myself in it, the confidence comes out naturally.
Were you happy with your performance, what you played technically?
Technically, no.
All the other performances were really great, but this is something which we feel insecure, because you feel this insecureness yourself, and this is reflecting on us as well. And that's how things run. So don't be sad. That's just, you know, this is feedback. And I think I personally appreciate if people are honest and give me feedback, because how can you grow in life if people only tell you the good things? I think she just realizes, and she starts to realize, that this is a really serious thing, and this would change her life quite intense.
It means a lot, because in Lithuania, I don't think so that I could do a good career. And if I will win the role, maybe you will know me.
This program stands for supporting talents. It's not about like creating talents out of nothing. It's about supporting guys who have already a vision, who make approach and make success on their own, but helping them out getting further.
After this situation on this competition, I think I can do whatever I want. I will be able to stand every situation of my life.
We came here with nothing. We're living with a bunch of information, really useful one. So nobody loses in this day, I think.
You have a chance to play out here. We have 2 hours, so I would say everyone goes ahead for 50 minutes, and maybe the remaining time we switch to back-to-back. Enjoy it, okay?
Thank you.
Of course. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is the final of the competition. You know, I think we did really great, all of us.
A lot will be changed in my life if I get the residency.
It's a great place because you can connect here. All the big DJs all over the world fly in, like right now. So it's the best place, I think, to get connected, and especially as a young DJ, it's a good opportunity.
They should definitely take it, because there are so many DJs out there nowadays, and it will just get harder and harder to step out of the mess.
art really comes from hardship, and real art, whether it's painting or music or whatever, it comes from hardship. And I think that music came from people who did it from their heart. There's a lot of people that want to be a DJ for the wrong reasons. But if you want to be a DJ for the right reasons, if you're really passionate about it, you will succeed because you put that much effort into it. You know, you keep trying, keep trying, keep trying.
Even with, like, difficult moments will help you build up your character, your own style. So the best way for me is to take this route, you know, building up with production, taking people to work with you, working with good people, productive.
It's the only way to go, really, with life, not just with music, with everything, you know? Enjoy what you do and do it for the right reasons. And then even if you're not making it, you'll still enjoy it because life is about the journey, not the destination.
The story doesn't finish here. I'm looking forward to stay in touch with all of you.
Hello.
We decided that 3 of you we will keep to stay on the island. Gregory. Samantha.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well deserved.
Thank you very much.
So I'm a bit sad but also happy to announce the last remaining candidate. You were all actually really great and we were all sure that you're gonna make progress from the chances given and that you continue to develop. And I think you have a new focus in your life and I hope you're gonna stick to that. But according to the rules, we can just pick one and we think that this chance should be given to Tano.
Oh, congrats.
No need to go to the airport and back. You can stay, okay, officially.
Congrats, man.
Venga, hombre, tío, en el momento ahí más importante, coño. Venga, ¿cuándo vienes a verme? Tía, cariño. I cannot cry now. I will cry later, you know, I will cry later. Tanu. Tanu is here in Ibiza. Tanu is staying in the island.
Yeah. There was a 50-50 chance to lose it, so always aware of it, like from day one.
Simon says the end.
Now starts your adventure. Now it comes to another level, okay? You're gonna have a show hosted by you guys.
You need to create your own radio show. This is gonna be your own radio show. With your ideas, you need to figure it out how to make this radio show as your own.
Today I will work with this. I will search some tracks to mix, tomorrow mix. Yeah, I will work very hard.
I think it is really good to see that they are full of emotions. They really have a strong desire and a strong will to succeed on their own, to succeed as a group, to reach their goals and to make a development.
I always trust myself and I always believed myself, and this is why I am here. I always knew that I can make it. I can play everywhere else, everywhere on the island and everywhere on the world.
Being here on the island is a great chance given, not only to unite with the industry, but also to learn more about yourself.
I didn't have any similar opportunities, of course. Even if I put all the good things and bad things together, it doesn't matter. It's impossible. This is the first league.
Now I'm
expecting more better gigs because I had 15 gigs, but I played in bars and restaurants, not only at clubs and not only techno. So I want and I hope that after this I will have more maybe gigs in foreign countries.
This is pure commitment, pure dedication. So I think it's not a matter of time and of age, how long you are in this industry. It's just about the commitment and about the will.
Every time I entered this amazing club, I always felt some kind of tremble, some kind of shaking in my body, because you know this is a legendary club and it is really amazing to play here every week.
The first time that I was playing here in one of the most important clubs in the world, I was very, very nervous. I couldn't talk in all the day. I remember that day I couldn't talk with anybody. The people started to talk to me and I told them, no, let me alone. Just then we came here every week. And this is the closing. Today is the closing party, so now I'm not nervous. I get used to this place.
This is a small part of the whole Vista Club, and the DJ booth is really close to the people, so you can get a really close contact to the people, so we enjoyed playing there.
I know that you have to put yourself more to grow because a lot of promoters, DJs know about us.
Sonica Radio was one of my strongest motivation because I really love to work in a radio. I didn't have the chance before, and I really love these moments. Every Tuesday in the morning I was very, very happy because I knew that we will have the radio show, and it was very, very special for me.
There was a really amazing thing what happened to me. We played at Lips, I think 4 weeks ago. 4 hours, and after that we jumped into the car and we turned on the Sonica. And the second track was one of my tracks because the owner of the radio, Igor Marihuan, played one of my tracks, and we were standing in the car and I almost couldn't believe it.
There are no limits. It just depends on your creativity, your will, your commitment, and your desire. If you think on the big picture, you will reach a lot. If you just think of what you do next month or next week, most likely not a lot will happen.
I got the chance to play at the best clubs in this island, and this is very unique, you know? So it won't happen again in this way.
Somehow, it's strange, but somehow I'm a little bit relaxed about my future because I feel that now I found my real path. Now I know that official job can be DJing.
We grew together as a group very well, and they all have what it takes to make success in this industry. And I'm personally definitely attached to all three of them. Gregory is a great character to hang out with, such a balanced and calm, nice person. Tanu has a little bit spice, which is good sometimes, but he's such a great producer. And Samantha was actually the big surprise. When she starts to play, even just for 50 minutes, she gets people's attention. So this is when I say the moment is here. After 2.5 months, a lot of time, a lot of emotions, a lot of great moments, some disappointment, but a lot of learning. So the decision was made. Among Carl, Yusuf, and myself, that we all agree that the best of you three to represent the brand for the next year, being Bern's next DJ superstar, should be Samantha. Congratulations.
Thank you. Winning Bern Residency 2015 means a lot for me. I even don't know what will happen. I'm really waiting for my international gigs, everything. So yeah, we will see.
Well, this journey was amazing. I'm not gonna forget ever and ever. I mean, it was real. I mean, you cannot find properly the words to describe in 5 seconds how was this journey. It was special, something special for me.
I have definitely the plan to support Tanu a lot with his productions in the first place. I hope like I'm gonna send it to Matthias Tanzmann for his label Moon Harbor, because that would be a great fit, or maybe to Nick Curley for 8-bit. And if he has like 2 or 3 releases out there, the next plan would be to find a good local agency in Spain to support him, find him good gigs in Spain. And he has a huge advantage because in compared to Samantha, Spain is a global leading and dominating industry market for electronic music.
I don't feel sad, so this is nice. So, because all of us are winners here. So all the 3 of us are winners. You know, 60,000 or 5,000 people applied for this this program, and we are the last 3. So I am amongst the last 3. So I am really happy about it. And we got the chance to stay here for 2 months to study and to play around the island. So I feel myself a winner, of course.
I was honestly offering him a job in my company because I think his balanced character and his knowledge of analyzing things is a real strength for maybe working in the industry, not only as a DJ, but also as a manager. As a DJ, he said that he wants to reposition himself a little bit away from tech house, what he did the last couple of years, more into deep house. He made 2 good tracks, which are showing the right direction already. I think also for him, being in Hungary, kind of a local resident DJ hero already, it would be very important to maybe temporarily relocate as well.
I would recommend Bern Residency for all the young DJs and all the DJs on the world. It is really important for your career if you can open the doors that I could open here. I mean, it's impossible for a standard, it's impossible to get the information that you can get here.
I think I deserve to win because I showed myself to others as much as I can in the best way.
Well, Samantha, I think, is one of the big DJs upcoming. They're a really good DJ, really pretty, really beautiful.
Look at how...
Now it's the end of Bern Residency 2015. We are leaving Ibiza quite soon, but actually, as I always say, work just starts. Samantha has a very difficult situation, to be honest, because she's living in Lithuania. Under normal circumstances, I would try to build a platform for her in her home country by developing a nice residency, inviting other guest DJs, building up maybe a label or something. But those are things that we cannot do because Lithuania does not have the scene. There are not enough parties to really include her in the industry there. So I think it will be most likely necessary to relocate her, maybe moving to Berlin or London or somewhere else, at least for a couple of months, and for a certain time, in order for having a better chance to reconnect to the industry, such as she did right here in Ibiza. Well, guys, this is Philipp Straub, Band Residency 2015, officially over. But as you know, the story just continues, so I hope I see you next year here on Ibiza. Join the program.